Today on Edu Chat, our very own Andrew Frett is back, and we are excited to have him back with us. A Missouri school board voted to shorten their school district's school week to 4 days. Should schools across the country start implementing a 4-day school week, summer school, or repeating the third grade? Those are the options under a new retention law in Tennessee. We are sharing our thoughts on whether this is a great idea for third graders in Tennessee. Then they can't stop coming to the show, but Bry'Neir, Seymore, and Prince TJ are back to guest co-hosts. And my sister, Damian Anderson, is here as our special co-host.
Season 8, The Educators with Andrew Frett, Damian Anderson, and me, Darnell Funches. The Educators start now.
What's up, you all, and welcome to The Educators, and Happy New Year. We are in the swing of 2023. Yes, we are, and we are so excited to be back with y'all with all new episodes. Last week, you guys, was a very special episode of The Educators, where we talk about mental health and wellness. So I hope you guys tune into that. But we are back in the swing over here at The Educators. So as you guys can see, our very own Coach D, he is still out, but don't worry because he'll be back with us real soon. So yes, he will. Now, we have a full house on today because, as you guys can see, our Andrew Frett is back with us. So welcome back, Andrew. Welcome back. How are you doing today? I see.
It's the new year.
Yeah.
It's I'm sorry. I
Oh,
didn't
no.
know.
Go ahead. Well, I was just about to mention that, before we started, I told you, Andrew, that why in the world do you have Christmas lights showing onto your screen? So, but go ahead.
So
it's a screen.
Let's get to this topic first. We want to go ahead and get this out of the way. So the Christmas lights, they're since ringing in the new year. So, which we're probably going to get into later on today, that many people take down their Christmas lights after New Year's or until February. So that's why the lights are.
So you're that type of person, huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Wait, let me ask we're going to start it off already. Bry'Neir, TJ, Damian, are you guys one of these people of Andrew? Because I'm certainly not.
My Christmas decorations are still up right now.
Oh gosh. Okay. Bry'Neir,
and they're gonna stay up until the new year. So
listen.
Bry'Neir?
For me, so we took ours down like maybe 2 days after Kwanzaa. Yeah.
Damian?
That's way too early.
You're gonna take it down. You just said, forget it. We're gonna take it down.
It wasn't my decision. It was the family. They wanted the house back to normal. I was like, we could have waited until January 6th or something.
Wait, so hold on, wait, pause. So you had no opinion on that. You just like, yeah, we're gonna take it down.
I had a major opinion. I was like, January 6th, January 5th, you know what I mean? You can take it down then, but they was just forcing me, like literally, they was like, all you had to do is go in the attic and take the boxes down. I'm like, okay, bet. And then later on at night, I found myself putting down the Christmas tree. So
I'm not going in the attic.
Start early, and early. Yeah.
No.
That's way too early though.
I know.
That's like what, 4 days after Christmas?
No.
All right. Okay, you guys, let's get started. Okay, so again, welcome back to you, Andrew. And I'm returning back two guest co-hosts with us, you guys. They are, familiar to the show by now. It's the very talented Bry'Neir Seymore and Prince TJ. So welcome back, fellas.
What's up?
Yes. And you guys, we have a very special co host who you all might remember from our first and fourth season, being with me and Andrew. And you guys, it's my lovely sister, Damaya Anderson. So, hello, Damaya. Welcome back to the show. This is your first time guest co hosting with us. So, how does it feel from being a guest to now guest co hosting with us?
Well, it still feels the same to me, but I love that you brought me back on here. So thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you guys, we have an awesome show in store for you all. So are you guys ready to dive into some topics?
Always.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get started because get this here, you guys. I found out a school board in Missouri, they voted to shorten their school district school week to 4 days. So beginning in the 2023-24 school year, students in grades pre-K to 12 will attend classes from Tuesday to Thursday, with each school day extended by 35 minutes per day. Yes. So the district says the move is necessary because of teacher shortage, which you guys all know, and a lack of enough support staff, including, you have bus drivers, custodians, and so on and so on. And the decision, it has received criticism. Now, some parents, particularly those who work 5 days a week, they are unsure about the move. And while others are welcoming the change. So Independent School District Superintendent Dale Hurd, he told Today.com, a 4-day school week isn't that unique. So according to the journal Education, Finance, and Policy, 1,600 schools in 24 states, they offer a 4-day school weeks. So I wanted to start with Andrew because he is the one who currently works in a school. What do you think of all of this? Should other schools across the country, should they start implementing a 4-day school week? What's your thoughts on this, Andrew?
I like to hear everybody's response first before I give my opinion because I want to listen from, like I said, from a student perspective. And then
okay, well, let's start.
And I can do a teacher's perspective.
Okay, that's good. Let's start with Bry'Neir and TJ since they are currently in school. Bry'Neir, you're a high school senior. TJ, you're in middle school. So let's hear from a student perspective. Do you guys think a 4-day school week is better for schools today?
I can agree 100% because getting up, because when you like in school and stuff like that, sometimes it can be very stressful. Like sometimes I hear from a teacher's point of view, being in 90-minute classes, 4 of them spaced out in 90 minutes with literally a good 30-minute break for lunch, that sometimes can be very stressful. So I sometimes can understand that a 4-day work week may be better, but at the same time, it may not be better for a family's point of view because you have to think about all students from all aspects, whether it's pre-K through kindergarten through your high school seniors. Like, what is going to be the motive to keep these students busy? Because at the same time, yes, it's going to feel better for our mental health because getting up 5 days a week, 6 o'clock in the morning, going through the same old week by week, it sometimes can be very stressful on my end because waking up, doing the same thing, going through the same motions and stuff like that, it's just a normal routine. But with a 4-day, and some schools here do that as well, a 4-day work week, but they sometimes leave that other day to be an asynchronous day, like a learn on your own type day. Like if that was flexible like that, I would totally understand. But from my end, I would just it would be helpful for mental health, but you got to think about it from both aspects, whether it's going to be good for the mental health or is it going to fall a lot of stress on the parents, because now I have to find more ways that my child can be, accompanied at home, or ways I can feed my child at home, or what am I going to do? Fridays, I don't know where to put them, that's type of questions that the leaders have to think about in that position. But for me, I would say I agree, but to an extent.
Okay. Before we go to Prince DJ, I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit, Bry'Neir, a little bit of what you just said. Why do you think the 4-day school week and will improve mental health?
I would say it would improve mental health because that fifth day can be a day of reflection, a day that you can sit back, recount your thoughts, or probably catch up on things that were stressing you out during the week. Like, for instance, if you have a big project and it was due, or is going to be due, you can take your time and pick up on assignments so you won't have to be stressed out in the meantime when putting things together. Assignment wise, and then you can sit back and recount your thoughts and get a good amount of rest, because let's be real, some students, they are working after school, they're doing multiple things of recreation, multiple activities, multiple athletic things, and it's hard for students to kind of build up and have personal time to themselves. So I feel that fifth day, that general fifth day, will be a time for reflection and a time for self-care, to kind of sit back and finish some stuff that they probably didn't finish during the week, or trying to get that help, that one-on-one needed help or assistance from certain teachers, just to kind of freshen up on themselves, a refresh.
Right.
Refresh.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Bry'Neir. Seriously, I totally agree. And then also, like for teachers, they can, I feel like they can, even plan more, do the things, they want to do. That'll be, that'll be, greatly for them as well, teachers. So I hear where you come from, Bry'Neir. So yes.
Yeah.
I think that 4 days a week of school, I mean, I see what y'all are saying, like mental health day, yeah. But isn't that what they have like weekends for? Like,
but sometimes weekends aren't enough.
It's not
like
enough.
48 hours is not. No,
you're right.
Which I'm about to say when it gets to me.
But okay.
Go ahead, Bry'Neir. I mean, TJ, finish. Yeah.
Okay. Like 5 days a week, yeah, it's stressful. You have to get up at 6, 7, a.m. and then come home. Where did the day go? You have no day left. Yeah. And so I do see 4 days a week where it's good at, but there's but 5 days a week for me, that's like because I don't like school at all. Like, just school is just boring. But it is, you have to get your education, in your brain. People need education because people walking around here are dumb, but they need that education because some people at my school, they just be not trying on their work. I'll be like, why are you not trying, bro? They'd be like, I don't need school. Reading? I don't need reading. I don't need math. I'd be like, come on, bro. I mean, there's some subjects out there that you do not need. For instance, science, unless you want to be a scientist. But ain't nobody gonna be no scientist. That's the hardest job ever. But anyway, I'd be like, what makes you think that you don't need reading? What makes you think you don't need math? Because every job, if you look at it, every job. Almost every job.
But TJ, sometimes some jobs require those soft skills that you learn in school. Sometimes school may not be the best thing or the best place for you, but sometimes you still need to understand soft skills are taught in school. As students going to work, that is a major thing that you have to have, soft skills. I was in a class 3 years ago, freshman. I feel so old saying my freshman year was 3 years ago. But my thing is, we were learning about soft skills. Because we had some people who were working and they would just go off and be like, okay, the customer did this and then that, and I don't have no patience. I gotta go fuss him out. I gotta go run in the window like Medea. I gotta do all this. No, like that is the way school like the school, she drove into a drive-through window. We all knew that. Yeah. But my thing is though, like that school, that's where skills are needed, because skills need to be embedded in yourself before you go out into the force of the world. The world is a big old crazy place, right? I feel like you need to have a good amount of time to learn that soft skill. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest with you, some people are acting educated and some people are not acting educated. But it's not our time to judge that, because there's still room for improvement skill-wise. You know what I mean? So I get what you're saying, but some things are necessary to build soft skills, because you don't want to sit at a cash register and notice how much change you have and struggle in 5-10 minutes just to get 25 cents.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I feel like that having that day off for whatever, like 4 days a week, people who are not that educated, not judging me, but I'm just saying, people who are not that educated, they can have that time to go to school and get that education that they need. Like how after school you have like after school where you make up all your work, or hang out. Well, not really hang out, but you know what I mean. Like I feel like it should be like that day. Yeah, they should. I do agree with 4 days. 4 days a week. And I feel like that last day, that Friday, that fifth day, that should be like the makeup day, where the kids who didn't make up their work that they needed to make up, they could come in that day, and then, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, Dabaya, let me, ask you, because we are both, we're college students. So let's hear from you. Do you think, schools and then possibly, even colleges, should they implement, a 4-day school week? Will this be better for teachers and students? What's your thoughts?
First, I just want to say I agree about the whole 4-day for our school, because like you and me, Damian, we're in college and we do get stressed. Like me, I get stressed every single day. 5 days, it's too much for me. So yeah, like getting up in the morning, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., getting up, being prepared for school is a lot. But what's also important is your mental state, your mental health, because you need to focus on yourself. You need to worry about you, because there's a lot going on in this world and it's just all too much. So yeah, I agree on every last one of y'all. 4-day is important. So
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
totally. I'm with you. All right, Andrew, you heard all of us. What?
I didn't hear from you yet.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you quite did. Yes, you quite did. I slip in with Bry'Neir. That's how I did it. So yeah,
Right.
that's how I did it. But yeah, okay. Seriously, Andrew. Okay, no, I'm with. I think a 4-day school week, that is great. For me, it's great, because like I said earlier, just like my sister said to Maya, we're in college. You guys, college, that is different from elementary, middle, high school. It totally is. And like she said, it's stressful. It is. And plus having a job pile up onto that. Oh my gosh, you have so many classes. You have so much, work that needs to be done, this and that. And plus I gotta go to work and then, come home, finish up my assignments, this and that. Every day, go to school every day, Monday through Friday. That is stressful enough for me. It is.
That doesn't seem like a lot of stress. I'm getting stressed just by hearing.
Oh my gosh. So I think a 4-day week is necessary for me, because on that fifth day, either on a Monday or a Friday, I could, relax. I can, do the things, catch up on work or anything, take care of
Mhm.
myself.
Yeah,
Because, students, Andrew, this, our students' mental health, it's so very important. I feel like they need a day
yeah,
off once in a while. Seriously, as much with teachers as well, because, they need a day off. They can do whatever they need to do, plan more, do this and that, wherever they need to do,
yeah.
because they need their
Yep.
time as well as much with students. So,
Okay, before I go in, so now I'm about to put on my teacher hat for just a second. Because it says on here that Missouri is doing Tuesday through Friday.
Mm.
yeah,
Would
Tuesday
y'all
through Friday.
agree with 4 days, Tuesday through Fridays, and why?
Wait, say it again.
You repeat it one more time.
They're
So
doing it. Go ahead.
Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah, like
Tuesday
Mondays
So
are
through
off.
Friday.
So they only go to
Mondays you will
Mondays are
have
school
off,
off.
and then
Tuesday
go
through
to school
Fridays.
or work Tuesday
And they
through
off on Monday.
Yes.
yes.
Do you
I feel
guys
like
like
that could
that
be the same
plan?
with like. I feel like that could be the same with Monday through Thursday, and then have that Friday off, and then
It's a 50-50 for me because, well,
Well,
I
nobody
mean,
likes
you still get it.
Mondays in general.
Yeah, I know I don't like Mondays. I trust me. Trust
So,
me. Every time I get on this set on a Monday night, I'm like, oh God, just the horrors, the horrors. But my thing is like, I mean, it's 50-50 for me. It's still going to get an additional day of a weekend. You know what I mean? You still get an additional day in that weekend. You know, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But my thing is though, it's a 50-50. I honestly, that's what I'm gonna say. 50-50 for me.
I have to lean
I
towards the Monday one. Have the day
mean,
off on Monday.
yeah, but
'Cause I don't
I
like
mean,
Mondays.
but Fridays, no, nobody really likes coming to school on a Friday because Fridays just get so tiring. You know what I mean? Like you just count down for the
yeah.
day to end. But
But
nobody likes Mondays either. But Monday is a day that you just go and get over with. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Yeah, I
no,
feel you on that. But
no.
I'll rather go to school on a Friday than a Monday. Because
You just want to
look,
go to
check this
school on a
out.
Friday because you can get parties and pizza and stuff, right?
Look, because on the Friday, wait,
That's not what it's all about, TJ.
wait.
That's not what it's all about.
I see what you did there. But like see when you Sunday, it's like every single Sunday, I'm like this. Oh Lord, I gotta go to school tomorrow. Oh
Right.
Jesus. So on Monday, if you have that day off on Monday, what am I trying to say? My brain just cleared out just like that. But
Okay,
I'm
well,
saying because I'm
for me, like Mondays, I'm not fully, function. I'm not fully
right, that's
myself.
what I was gonna say.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mondays,
so
yeah.
going to school on Tuesday through Friday, I'm fully myself because Mondays, nobody don't mess with me because I'm not myself. Do not bother me this and that because nobody. Y'all know this. The mind knows this. Don't mess with me on Mondays. Don't mess with me on Mondays. It's me time. It's me time. Don't So
Y'all should have seen him behind the scenes on the Joe. I knock on office door. He like, what do you want? It's Monday, bro. What do you want?
whatever.
all
Oh,
right.
It's all jokes. It's all jokes.
yeah. Go
So
ahead, Andrew.
as a behavioral specialist slash autism specialist,
Mhm.
there's never a dull moment.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
Yeah, never a dull moment. Um, the 4 days, the Tuesday to Friday thing,
You don't mess with it.
I don't agree with that Tuesday to Friday. And here's
Why?
why.
Yeah.
And here's why. Okay. Because in my case, as a behavioral specialist, if they come back, hold on, let me redo that. Their behavior varies on each day. So what, like Andrew, what are you talking about? So they could have been having a good day on a Monday,
Mhm.
and then by Tuesday, it just like something just make them mad.
Yep.
And then Wednesday they could be having a great day, and then towards at the end of the day, a switch. Also, the reason why I'm saying okay about 4 days is because that could impact on the student's schedule because they're so used to 5 days. And as a behavior specialist, and definitely that has someone that needs to be constant reminders, you have to work with the students every day to remind them, hey, you don't have school tomorrow. Oh, you're going to be track out. Because I'm going to give you an example. We had a dance a couple weeks back. He stayed for the dance. Well, it was almost at the end of the day because we let out at 3:00. Well, really 3:15, but 3:00. He, instead of going home like he normally does every day, he stayed at the dance. Well, somebody said you don't need soft skills. Well, I'm about to turn into a ELA lesson. So the clause is he stayed after school for the dance. What was the effect? Well, his behavior skyrocketed to the roof. And what are you talking about? Skyrocketed to the roof. Let's see. He threw a book at his students. He ran from another staff member. He did something inappropriately to another student. What else did he do? Oh, he lost his money and then screamed from the top of his lungs that he lost his money. So there's a lot. And for me,
Yeah.
I think we would just stay with the 5 days from a student's perspective. Now, as a student perspective, I think was it you, TJ, that said weekends? Who said weekends? Who said weekends?
I was
think I
saying,
did.
yeah.
Who said TJ? Was it
Yeah.
you?
I think, yeah.
Okay. So, as teachers, we really only got one day to relax. Can you guess what that is?
Sunday.
No, not Sunday.
Saturday?
Saturday.
Mm.
Well, not all teachers.
Saturday. That's our only day to relax because Sunday you got to prepare your lesson. You got to prepare your lesson plan for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my grandma does that. She just let me grade papers while she does her lesson plans. Y'all got a lot going on as teachers. From time to time.
Lesson plans.
Yep.
IP got to make sure they're up to date. Whole lot of paperwork. There's so much that we have to do before Monday.
Yep.
And do I agree with the 4 days? Yes, absolutely. So that we can get an extra day of weekend, extra day of rest. Thank you. But Tuesday through Friday? I would rather just do Monday through Thursday because, like Damian said, none of us want to be there on Friday. Truth be told.
Exactly. I'll be counting how many absences I can have because I'll be like, I'm just gonna miss this one Friday because I got none but days.
But I have to say, when you said like a student will get confused, like you have to tell them that they don't go to school tomorrow, I'll be counting days. I'll be like, well, I ain't got school tomorrow. I have to stay up tonight.
That's what I do. Trust me.
But
then I'll be like, oh, I got school tomorrow. God dang it.
But however, as a behavior specialist, you have to remind the students that I work with, hey, you don't have school tomorrow.
The next day they're gonna call you.
Ahead of time.
Next day they're gonna call you and be like, Mr. Frett, we at the school, where you at?
I'm like, I'm not here. I'm at home resting. What are you at the school for?
Cause you said
No,
we
no,
had
no,
to
no, no, no,
cause you
no, 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 no. I told you on Monday that we did not have school. On Friday.
That's besides the point.
Okay.
So why are you at school on a Friday? Ain't no teachers there.
He the only car in the parking lot. He the only car in the parking lot. The whole parking lot is just gone.
Ain't no teachers there.
Yeah.
The only person that is there is the custodians. That's it.
If they even go.
If that's a big old if. I'm
If
glad
they
you said
even
that. That's
go.
a big old if. That's a big old if.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys, we can't keep
What
going
is going
on.
on?
I know we can't. I'm gonna stop this here. We could keep on going on and on, but great conversation, everyone. So we have to take a break, but there's more Ed Chat coming your way right after this. So don't go anywhere. We're watching The Educators. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Welcome back to The Educators with our guest co-hosts, Damian Anderson, Bry'Neir Seymore, and Prince TJ. So let's hop right back into some Ed Chat, all right? So you guys, my sister Damian, she brought this to my attention, which is happening where we are at. It's a Tennessee school district and parents. They prepare for third grade retention law. So let me fill you guys on this here, okay? So summer school or repeating the third grade, those are the option under this new law, which is the third grade retention law. It goes into effect this school year. Now, it says if third graders don't score high enough on the reading section of the state test, get this here, they might not pass the grade. Yeah. So Metro Nashville Public Schools, they just started sending letters to parents of third graders to make sure that they're prepared if their children don't pass a state reading test.
I'm ready for this topic right here.
Me too.
So a parent says this, and I quote, "I may be ignorant to the news, but it was the first time that I heard about this law when I got the letter in my child's backpack coming home from school." And he said he couldn't believe what he was reading. And he says that same letter included where my students or his daughters fall in terms of, making a good grade, which indicates that it's likely that she won't pass. Oh my gosh. So it continues on saying the law says that third graders who score below proficiency on the state English language arts assessment will have to repeat the third grade if they don't attend summer school and or tutoring throughout fourth grade. Yeah. And this parent continued on saying it almost guaranteed that my child will have to go to summer school next year. So based on last year testing numbers, get this, 65% of students across Tennessee will have been required to be retained or participate in summer programs if the law has not been affected at that time, which it's in effect now. It is. And this parent continued on saying, "I'm worried that they didn't take any of the data into consideration when they passed this law."
Yeah.
So
I'm ready.
I'm gonna stop right there, and I want to. Okay, I want to first because my sister she actually brought this up to me, and I was like, "What?" And then I had to realize like, "Oh, this is where we are at in Tennessee. Are you kidding me?" So,
Oh, in
Demaya,
Tennessee?
yeah, yeah. So I'm a Demaya because Demaya,
Yeah.
you explained to Dion because I was shocked when you brought this news to me. So, fill us in onto this.
Listen.
Yeah, like you said, I was shocked too because I first found this out when I was in class, my college class, and when my teacher brought it up, I was just so confused. I was like, "What?" So you telling me that if these third graders do not pass their test or whatever assessment they're doing, they have to retake third grade, like start over?
Oh,
I would just be on. I would just be on. I I feel as if these students do not pass, okay, that's fine, but I don't think it's right for them to repeat the grade. I mean, yes, they could go to summer school and let them work on what they need to be worked on instead of them repeating the grade because they might be 10 or 12 years old and still be in the third grade. Like, I have to say this, and y'all may not agree or whatever, but I feel like these teachers are not teaching their students right because they're not teaching them everything that they
they
need to know. Instead of they just go on their way and just failing these students and not giving them enough time or enough credit or whatever. Like these kids they're important and they need to learn and know everything that you are teaching them instead of them repeating the same grade. It's just ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
really ridiculous.
It really is.
listen.
It really
Yeah.
is. And for me, you guys, are you kidding me? So you're telling these third graders that they have to make a specific grade on
Hmm.
a state test? That is absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous to me.
Oh,
Third graders. We're talking about third graders. Wait a minute, Andrew. Let me just say this. You're telling
mhm.
me that they have to make a certain grade in order for them to pass. They have to
Yeah.
make a certain grade, you guys, a certain grade. This school district, that's what kind of a mess is that? Because,
Yeah.
like I said all the time onto this show, what is happening into our schools now? Because I feel like ever since I graduated, more issues, more problems are happening. This is insane to me. And you
Wait,
want them, you sending parents home, with letters. They had no about this law.
Yeah.
They are the first to know about this, and they're worried about their child if they will pass or not. So
this this
It
this
it
this
if
was
I
just
may,
recent in Tennessee.
yes,
This was just
yes,
recent.
if I
this is happening right
See,
now.
here
yeah.
in Florida, in Texas, well, in Florida when I was in third grade, this been a law like years ago.
I wanted to
Like,
say, yeah, I was if I may, quite frankly, South Carolina passed a law after I went through third grade. So because we were just had a conversation. We had a third grader last year. And we kept on reminding them, please read, because if you don't get a certain, you know, number or a certain proficiency level, they might not pass you. Luckily he passed. Thank you. He passed. I'm glad. But it's been an ongoing thing. It's been and it's funny to hear that it's just now getting passed in Tennessee. I feel
right.
like it's just now getting to y'all, but I almost was a victim of that. Literally, I almost was like that, but not that I wasn't gonna pass, but to
Right,
see and
right.
experience that law of if you don't read this level, because basically they're saying if you're not on grade level, then you will. Well, South Carolina law states that if you're not on the third grade proficiency grade level, like if you're in the third grade, if you're reading on the first or kindergarten level, then you may not be able to move forward to the fourth grade. And they were saying that these things are in effect because they've seen a lot of fourth graders not being proficient in the reading levels or any because there's students who are not on grade level as we speak.
Yeah,
Right.
So
True,
I
true, true,
get
true.
that.
but
I get that point of preparing them, but
hold
retaining
Yeah,
them,
them back. That's
I
not
don't know.
that's yeah,
because
that's
in Florida we had to take this state test like in May. It was called FSA. That stood for Florida Standard Assessment, right? and it was a state test, and we had to. So a number one was failing, a number two was failing, number three you can pass up to 3, 4, and 5. You can pass to the next grade, but if you make a 1 or a 2 on that test, then you stay back.
Ours
And
ours was met, not met, and exempt. Oh wait, it was below, middle, and high. If you had a high and a middle, then you will pass. If you have a below, then you won't pass. So
oh,
So
yeah.
for well, notice how North Carolina is like quiet because I have not said anything yet about our testing. Yeah, hi. So North Carolina so third grade is okay. Let me do one thing at a time. My first question is what is the grade that they have to make? That's my first question.
I
ours
have
was 1. Ours was 3, 4, and 5.
Ours
I
was
was
2 and
pretty
3.
educated.
Ours was 2 and 3.
So what is so what is for Tennessee, what is the grade that they have to make in order?
I have no idea. I haven't went into further details into that. I just know that they have to have a specific grade.
Okay. So for North Carolina, we have the EOGs. EOGs run from third grade to basically from third grade to eighth grade. So like
Okay.
mid elementary / middle.
Yeah.
Of course, high school, you got your EOCs, your N of course, and your teacher exams that you can exempt from if you got an A or a B in your class. Just want to say that out there
Yeah.
to anybody that are middle school or high schoolers. Also, they're doing something new not this year, but they did it last year too, where NC check-ins.
Mm.
Yeah, so we're now doing NC check-ins now. I don't know, I don't know the I don't want to say rank, the ranges. Like Prince, TJ, like TJ and Bry'Neir said, I don't know the ranges. But what I do know is that last year we did a program called iReady. It used to be called a iReady diagnostic, and that will measure like which grade level are you on. So we have some students that are excelling or exceeded grade level, and then we have some that are below. Now, do we retain them? No, we don't retain them for what? For why?
Yeah.
There's some things that us teachers that we can improve the students on. We can help that student to improve on so that they can move on to the next grade level. Now, however, for retention law in Tennessee, I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Because why are you holding a child? Well, not a child. Well, technically a child. But while you're holding a student, while you're retaining a student just because that person did not exceeded or excel on their tests.
Yes. I can agree on that because like I told you, my grandmother is a 4th grade teacher, and to be honest, some students that were in 3rd grade before that was heading to her class this year, some of them never made it. They had to retain them due to law. And there's some instances where it's kind of hard. And my question to the district and the lawmakers is, what solution are you trying to prove here? What is your point that you're trying to make? Retaining a student back because of a unproficient grade level that they made on the test. In third grade, they gave us different. They were testing out multiple testing options for us. They actually made us take a PSAT, a PACT in fourth grade. That did not go well because most students failed miserably.
Pre-SAT?
It was an AC. It was called SAT Aspire. That's what it was. We took that fourth grade to kind of, what was it, third? It was third or fourth grade. We took that test. Like the time, like 30 minutes to do a writing test, and they were trying to help us get it quickly. And then they noticed that none of the scores were excellent. Like nothing was like that. That proved to them that this was terrible. That's when they had introduced a new assessment, because right around that time I was in my fourth or fifth grade of school. They were trying to experiment these different standardized testing options, because because we have SC Pass, which kind of did English, math, science, and social studies. That was only limited. They were limiting that assessment to only the not so core subjects like the science and the social studies. They wanted a more structured assessment for English and math, because they see that English and math, not everybody's getting year by year. So they were trying to experiment and switch out different types of standardized testing. That's where the SAT Aspire came from. And that's where they had initially started with a new testing program that kind of made it proficient for all students. But my thing is, retaining at third grade, that's I don't see why. My thing is, I don't see why. I feel like summer school will be more appropriate than retaining them from the whole year, because sitting back and doing third grade over, that is critical. It's a very critical time.
Absolutely.
Third grade is a critical grade. First and third is very critical. Because third grade is where you really stop playing with blocks and start doing your actual core stuff.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like that's the build.
I feel like
third grade is the grade level where you start testing.
Exactly.
And that's when your first EOG, that's your first testing.
Yep.
So things that you did in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, you got to remember that, because by the time you get to third grade, bam, here's your EOG, here's your language arts EOG. Bam,
and then listen, like I tell you, you guys know this. I have a bad behind little cousin who was a third grader last year. Y'all know him. And I don't want to call him bad on public TV, but we had to literally be like, yo, you about to sit here and be on your own. We ain't going to read this to you. You have to learn it on your own. Yeah. Literally, third grade, we were learning how to do essays on our own. We were learning how to do math assignments, everything on our own. Like, that was hard, you know? So,
well, I feel like they do this so the kids can, I feel like they retain the kids. So because if they didn't get it, and if they didn't get the third grade, and then they retain them, and then they have to do the whole third grade again, I feel like then they'll get an understanding. Like the first time, if they were bad and they did their work or whatever the case may be, or if they just didn't get it, or because some of the teachers, there's only one teacher in the room, and the teacher can't help everybody.
That's
so I feel like that they do this, they retain people. So like the next year that you get to retain, like for the next year that you do that grade, then you can kind of get like an understanding on, oh, I know this will make it like it easier for them, so they can get it now. So a second chance, basically. So I feel like that's why they do that. And I do actually agree with this law, because I feel like that no, I didn't pass the first FSA. I didn't pass the third grade FSA, and I had to go to summer school for that. So I went to summer school, and then I was, what you doing, Damian?
Nothing.
No, because I went to summer school for that, and then I passed summer school, and then I went to fourth grade. So I feel like it's to give the kids or the students a second chance, to learn
So-
better or
so-
to get that understanding.
So you feel that is structuring the students, basically is what you're saying. So
Yeah.
if you don't pass the first time, you get more time to
Yeah.
kind of do it on your own. But my thing
Yeah.
is though, what about the environment that the students are in, adjusting to this new level of learning? You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, yes, you had a fun time through K through 2, but 3 through 5 is real structured, real life kind of
Mhm.
structuring
Mhm.
education wise,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
at the same time you're learning all of this stuff, but the environment, the classroom is changing. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But one other
Mhm.
thing is like, yes, the classroom environment is changing,
Mhm.
but at the same time, how does that student feel about adjusting to that new change? The student may think that he's still in la play land, but
See, that's where
when
the
real
second chance come in, because if you
exactly
go to third grade first and then you think it's a game or
yeah
whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you get held back and then you get that second chance to be like, okay, this is not a game no more.
But I agree. But at the same time, where was that structure at the beginning of the year? So you won't have to deal with the second chance, is what I'm saying. Because go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad that you said, I'm glad, TJ, that you said that there's only one teacher in the room, because, again, let me put on my SPED hat on for just a second, because this is where the SPED department comes into play, because there are students that have IEPs. You have
Mhm.
students that have ADHD. You have students that need a break every time a work is hard. They need a break. So, and imagine a classroom full of 23 students.
Yep. Yeah.
And I would say 25% of your students have IEP goals.
Mhm.
And then you got the other 15% that has ADHD
Mhm.
or some type of mental health diagnosis.
Yeah.
Okay, or ADHD or OCD or ADD.
Yeah.
Okay, you have those type of students. Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm glad that you said there's only one teacher, because how's she going to do all that full of 23
Exactly.
students?
Exactly.
And this was a second chance. You get a second chance to learn and to get more help better.
But here's my thing: if that student goes back, if that student's retained, still doing the exact same thing,
See,
what happens then?
you're
gonna keep on doing it over and over?
Me personally,
I
I'll
mean-
be sick of it. I'll be done. I'm like, no, you're going next door. I'm sorry.
If you have to keep doing it until you get it, then I mean, yeah.
But at the same thing though,
Sorry,
but no.
Mm-mm.
Listen,
I feel like second chances are good, but they're not needed for everybody.
Exactly.
Everybody doesn't need
Exactly.
second
Right.
chance.
Only certain
Right.
people.
I'm not saying that second chances are for everybody. I'm saying
I mean, because listen.
the second chances are for the people who need more time learning that stuff, because it's not going to kick in like this. You're not going to learn.
I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. But what if you put it in the kid mindset? Oh, I failed this time. I can always do it again next year. This, that, and that's going to make them think that if I get it wrong the first time, I can do it the second time. But that's not good.
Kid is going to want to do the same, repeat the same grade for years and years.
Exactly. But my thing is, the classroom should be more structured, where the student can get the information, retain the information, and kind of get the information as it goes to kind of get yourself in the proper stance to take this test and perform well. That's my thing.
But
I feel like
not every kid gets that.
That's understandable.
Right. Yeah.
That's why there's certain programs like after school programs. That's why tutoring is in place. So students can take the time.
Have IEP goals. That's why you have the school that I'm at now, or I don't know, it happens in y'all schools, but it has small groups, because that other teacher can pull that students that doesn't
Schools
get
still
it.
do that.
can
like
help
middle
them
schools
if
and
they
high
want.
schools?
So what?
Because the middle school that I'm in now, or no schools do small groups anymore.
They don't. It's not necessarily a small group setting anymore in those type of
Yeah.
classrooms. But
Mhm.
at the same time, there's always hours that teachers open for tutoring and that's
Right.
after school programs as well as meeting with the teacher on a
Mhm.
daily. That's
Mhm.
the easiest way you can get in contact with. You're on your own now. You gotta use your options wisely. You know,
Right.
options are not going to be given to you. You have to go to the options.
You got to put in
Say
the
that.
effort.
Say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, like some kids
Yeah.
don't learn faster. Some kids don't learn faster than others. Some kids may
Mhm.
get it that day when the teachers teach it, or some kids might get it a week later or a month later, whatever the case.
And listen,
And that's okay.
That's good.
Exactly.
That tells you your classroom is diverse.
And if you
Mhm.
don't
That
get it
tells
on
you your
the first
classroom is
try,
diverse.
if you don't
But
get
for
it on the
example,
first try,
if
you get it on the second
Bry'Neir
try.
does not get that, I don't know, I'm gonna just come if Bry'Neir does not get 2 + 2 = 4, then I'll be like, okay, let me call on Mr. Anderson and pull him so that he can understand that 2 + 2 = 4, so that I can work on TJ and Amaya on other future math lessons.
Yeah.
Right. What do you
yeah.
think about it, Jamaya?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. I mean, like TJ said earlier, like there's only one teacher in a classroom,
Mm-hmm.
and these
Mhm.
students need your attention. They need the teacher's attention. Like one kid may have Down syndrome, another kid might have OCD or ADD. Like they need your attention. They just need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see those type of students, and when I push into classes at my work, as we go back January 3rd, I see those type of students.
January
I
3rd,
agree with Jamaya. They crave attention. Okay,
Mhm.
we have 70-minute classes. Do you think they're going to sit in their chair for 70 minutes?
70.
You said
90
70?
minutes.
70.
I got 90 minutes in high school.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you
90
think
minutes in high
that those
school.
students going to sit in their chair for 70
Kids
90 minutes?
can barely
I can't
kids
even
can
do that.
barely stay still in 90-minute classes. What makes you think they can stay still in 70-minute classes?
I don't think nobody can stay still in the seat.
My thing is, I'm gonna close it out for me. My thing is the environment is the
Yes.
one that's throwing them off. I feel like the
Yes.
environment is throwing the students off. That's how I feel.
The environment?
The environment.
Yeah.
Classroom environment.
What do you mean
The-
classroom environment? Hold on.
like
Okay, I'm sorry, you guys, but we're gonna have to stop here, but we can continue on this in our next segment. So it's time for us to take a break. But there's more of the show coming up for you all, so stay right there and don't move. You're watching The Educators. We'll be right back.
yes.
Love watching The Educators? You can be a part of our conversations too. The Educator is active on social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on Twitter. Be a part of our conversations by telling us what you think. Behind the scenes content of our show. To stay up to date with what's happening on our show and the world. You keep the conversation going, so get social with your friends now. Like, comment, and connect with us on The Educators.
Welcome back, you all. What a great show today. It was something. It really was. So unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for today. And we want to thank you all. Yes, I know it's the end of our show, sadly, but we want to thank you all for watching, and thanks so much for joining us. Damaya, Bry'Neir, and Prince TJ, thanks for joining me and Andrew on today. We really do appreciate you guys. And as always, you guys are always welcome back onto the show. So yes.
Not to do that there though. But
yes, you are coming back. I totally forgot, but I will bring you back on and you will do that there. Trust me, you will. Trust me,
Oh
you
goodness,
will.
that's funny. That's very funny.
You will. So, and
I got
again,
so many questions for you, TJ.
oh, Andrew's chime. Okay. Well, that's
so
let's
perfect.
end up this show.
That's perfect. That's perfect. All right. Well, and again, welcome back, Andrew, to the show.
Yes.
So yes, and we
Back in
definitely,
full effect. Yes.
absolutely, absolutely,
Energized.
yes, we definitely miss you here at the show. So welcome back, and hurry back to us soon, Coach D. It's just not the same without him. It's not. But he'll be back soon, you guys. So we will see you all next time right here on The Educators. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, we don't dance here.
No, we don't. We
don't dance here.
You've been doing this for how many weeks now?
I
You just
know.
now noticing
I know.
that she don't dance here?
I know.
I've been dancing at the end of every episode.
He been dancing in every episode.